Hello, my name is Michael Falk, and I'm here to tell you about the Falk family dream home. We had an opportunity to purchase my wife's dream, a log home in Indiana, away from family and friends, which was a little difficult, but I also had an opportunity for a promotion and a raise. Everything seemed perfect. Our dream was coming true. Well, that's pretty much where the dream ended and the nightmare began. I could tell you about the sump pump, water pumps not working, the previous owners taking everything out of the house that they weren't supposed to, or I could tell you about the house itself. That's where I'm going to start. I should have realized it was a problem in the very first day when my wife and I were in a hotel and we got a call from the realtor saying, "Hey, I'm sorry, you can't move in today." "What do you mean we can't move in today?" After a long discussion, finding out the previous owners weren't ready to move out, we told them that if they didn't move out, we were going to pull from the deal. Miraculously, the realtors got the deal done and we were to move in. That was strike one. We were so happy to have our dream home, didn't seem to faze us. We were moving in. Well, we meet the truck here, coming from Illinois with all our possessions, and I walk up the driveway, meet the driver, and as we're walking to the house, I stop and I'm looking. I tilt my head and I'm looking. I look over, the driver comes up to me and he's doing the same thing. He's like, "Hey, Mike, your deck's pitched to your house. It shouldn't be pitched to your house like that." I know. How did the inspector miss that? I don't know. But I can tell you that if you call and complain, they tell you the small print says all they're liable for is what you pay for your inspection. But that's not enough. You know what? We didn't care. We had our dream home. Small problem. Well, the problems keep going. About 2 weeks into it, I get a call from my wife at work. Now, remember, she's at home alone with less than a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old in a new town with no friends, no family, knows nobody out here. Calls me hysterical. "Mike, Mike, Mike, it's raining in the house. Come home." I'm thinking to myself, she's exaggerating. We got a small leak. No big deal. Again, dream home. I come home to find that it wasn't such a small leak. I'm going to show you the leak now and a little bit about the house. Let me first show you my daughter who's filming this for me.
Hi, I'm Hannah.
That's one of my daughters. That's Hannah. There's my son Jackson. Can you open the door, please? Well, here's my beautiful wife and my beautiful daughter Sabrina, our other daughter.
Hi.
Welcome to our home. I'm sorry for the state that I'm in. I'd like to say that it's not due to the house. However, I just had back surgery and had to have a fusion done on my spine. It's the second surgery that I've had. And unfortunately, I did not have any back problems until we moved in and we started working on the house. So as my husband shows you our home and all of the issues with our home, also know that we've done a lot of work ourselves and that we're really just asking to basically get to a point where it's fixed, where we can start from ground zero. So welcome to our home, and with that I will let my husband show you all the work that needs to be done.
But wait, we forgot
Love
one
you.
more person.
Oh, we forgot somebody?
Oh yeah, our big
You probably
boy.
saw the big guy, Bruno, walking through the screen. That's our second son. Well, back to the house. So I arrive home, and I ask my wife, "Hey, where's this leak?" Again, thinking she's exaggerating. Well, she wasn't exaggerating. It was this 8-foot section between the door and the wall, directly beneath where the deck was, and the water was pouring in through each of the logs, through several of the logs. I know that it's hard to see, but you can still see some of the staining from all the water. Well, what happened, of course, with that amount of water coming off the deck, the roof, the rain, the floor was soaked, the carpet was soaked, everything was soaked. And as I'm sure you're aware, water seeks its lowest spot, so it wasn't done. In the basement, Sabrina, please. In the basement, the water was pouring in through the basement, soaked the wall, the drywall, all the insulation was full of mold. You can see we've cleaned some of it up. We removed the wall, but I mean, it's actually eaten away at the sill plate or whatever it's called at the bottom of the house. Well, what happens is my wife, since she's not working, remember she's home alone right now, she finds somebody locally to do the work. She calls this gentleman from Timber Seal and gets him to contact me. Well, he contacts me at work. I'm going to hand this to my videographer. Take it, please. Follow me.
Ow! Stepped on the nail.
He contacts me at work, and he says, gives me his whole spiel on how if the damage is so bad they have to replace logs, so on and so forth. I say, okay, when can we meet? He says, where do you live? I don't know. Your wife tried to explain it to me, and I'm not familiar with that. And I tell him the address, and here's where it all starts to fall apart again. Oh, yes, I know that place. He starts laughing, and I can feel my heart just drop. Because him laughing hysterically is not a good sign. So I think. He goes on, oh, yeah. And here's the problem. I don't need to come see your house. I know exactly what's wrong with it. As a matter of fact, you're on our brochure. Your house is featured on our brochure. The old owners, Nick and his wife, wanted to stay in the house, so they tried to do it themselves. Well, he found out it was too big of a job for himself, so he left it untreated. Hence, the wood dried out, all the logs split open, the deck pitching, the leaves coming off the roof, all the water. That's why you had this thing. He goes, but I'll be happy to come out and meet you there. I know exactly where you're at, the whole time laughing, and show you what we need to do. He comes out, again, we think we have our dream home. We had some money left from a previous sale, so we were going to have him fix the house. He sets up a date to come fix the house, and around 11 o'clock, he's still not here. I call, finally get in touch with him an hour or two later. Oh, I'm sorry, we got stuck on another job. Explained he could have called, no big deal, we're going to reschedule. He reschedules, sets a date. It was around the 4th of July. I remember because I said, you're really going to work that week? Absolutely, Mr. Falk, we will be there. Never showed up again. Well, needless to say, we didn't want to do business with him anymore. We continued to look for other people. Though, since we're on their brochure, they call us every couple years to see if we want to have the house stained. My wife finds somebody else in the meantime. We get this gentleman to come out. He looks at the house. He says everything is not as bad as we think. He can fix it. We take down the deck because the deck is being held up now by jacks. I had to jack it up so it didn't fall on anybody because we couldn't even open up the front door. He says, you get the deck down, I'll come fix the logs. Gives me a quote. I said, I need this fixed. No problem. Well, as you can see, he comes out, fixes the logs, face of the house. Looks okay, right? Well, what happened was, as he's tearing it open, and I have pictures of all this, I ask him, do we need to have this log replaced? You seem to be removing a lot of wood. No, he says to me. I've been doing this for 20-some years, Mike, and I've never had to remove the wood, the log. Okay, he's the professional. He's got a full website. People have said what a great job he's done, so on and so forth. Well, he finishes, we pay him, which happened to be my wife cashing out her 401k because we had to get this fixed before the winter last year. And a couple months later, about a month later probably, we are cleaning in our bedroom. And what I see now is sunlight through a log. The logs above where he did the repair have a huge space. They're sagging. Okay, well, I call him back out. He comes out, tries to convince me that it has nothing to do with the fact that he fixed that log. I convince him otherwise. He says he's going to take care of this. He goes on his way. I get a little nervous because he says he has to see if he can get the proper tools. That wasn't making me very comfortable, but he emails me, asks me for the dimensions of the log. I give him the dimensions of the log and email it to him with a picture and all. And he has yet to respond to me to that. So we are still waiting with a bigger gap in the logs. I'm going to hand this back to my daughter so I can finish here. Thank you, Hannah.
You're welcome.
So, with that said, we're still waiting to hear from him. Why help us? Well, you know, there's not much help for people like us, middle class, try to do the best we can with what we've got. Like I said, we've both cashed out all our 401k, all of our savings, everything. We have nothing left. We couldn't pay to get it fixed again if we had to. The mold, the breeze, the electric, the gas, all that adds up. We tried to refinance, but since we dumped every penny into the house, our credit isn't the best. We actually got federal aid to help us, but in the long run, after going through this huge process with the government, they basically said, oh, I'm sorry, you were paying your mortgage, we can't help you. It's only for people who aren't paying their mortgage. So we tried to do the right things. We try to do what we can. You know, this was our dream that we set up. Every time we think of just selling it and trying to get out, the girls start crying and they don't want to move. This is their home. We love the school. We love the area. We see the potential. We just really, really could use your help. Well, I hope this was informative. I hope you give us a shot. I've got pictures of everything. I have all the legal documents. I have everything to back up everything we said. I appreciate your time. Thank you.